am, simply documenting the work that I'm doing on this instrument for the owner, so he can see it. It seemed like a good thing. I could have just pushed record, but might as well just go live, and then I can send him a link. He can watch what I'm doing. Now, so things I've already done on this: I've repaired the electronics. There were a couple of dirty pots in here. Got that taken care of. Cleaned the output jack, and I have already tightened up and cleaned the machine heads on this. And I've kind of wiped the guitar down, but it still needs a little bit more cleaning. But that's not really the important part. And I think today we're putting on we're putting on a different gauge of strings. And the strings that were on this were round wound strings, which is probably far more common. Well, not necessarily on basses, but basses, a lot of guys will use flat wound strings on basses. So we're going to use a set of 45 to 132 Diodario flat wound strings. And the style of music that this owner of this instrument plays, he typically plays both kinds, country and western. So we'll get a chance to play a little bit of country style stuff when I get the strings on this and get it all tuned up and stretched. And while I'm in the process of working on that, I am definitely multitasking today. And I'm going to try not to talk too much, because I've got a lot on my plate right now. But again, I wanted to document this guitar, or this repair of this instrument, just so the owner can see what I've done and the time that it takes to do this kind of repair work on an instrument like this. Again, I've already spent yesterday, I'm sorry, not yesterday, but Friday, I probably spent less than an hour kind of getting the groundwork set and doing an inspection, figuring out what all I couldn't do on this thing to hopefully make it better than the day it was made, although the finish is kind of dinged up, so we won't be able to fix that necessarily, but we will be able to make the finish that is on it look nice and shiny. I'm polishing the frets with some semi-chrome that I usually use. So this is going to be a real standard video for my live streams. I do these a lot, and I know that some of the stuff gets kind of boring because I'm not singing karaoke songs or just talking about anything random. It's all pretty standard stuff for my channel, and I know it can get a little bit boring, but you might see something on here that you've never seen somebody do before, which might help you when you're going to work on your own instrument. So that's my hope for my channel, is that it can help people fix their own instruments if they can't afford to have someone like myself work on their guitar or bass or violin or banjo or any instrument. If it can make music, I can fix it. And also amplifier repair, we do that here too, doing a lot of that. We just repaired a PV Classic 20, which got done over the weekend, and we've kind of held on to it to make sure that all of our new components in that thing are holding up, so we don't send it home and have it break for him one more time. And unfortunately, we don't know what happened to that amp. Once an amp leaves our shop, or a guitar, we don't know what the new owner of that instrument might do. And especially with electric guitar amps, tube amps, they sound fantastic, but know that they are fragile. Far more so, well, more so than say a a solid state, you know, like a car stereo. Power cycling them is a pretty good idea. You want to turn a tube amp off after you're done using it. You don't want to leave it on. And see, what we don't know and what we suspect happened with that amplifier is that it was turned on and not turned off, and we don't know how long. You know, that thing could have sat there and been on for weeks and have failed. So we'll hope that the replaced components in that thing will solve the problem. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and toss that rig. We'll get that out of the way. I'm going to use some lizard spit polish on this thing today. We'll get a little bit on here. This thing is, there's some slobber drips on this and some, you know, nasty stuff. Who knows what it is? Beer. Oh, and there's my alarm going off because I have to check the other instrument I'm currently working on. I'm going to restart my timer for 15 minutes because I'm heating up an instrument so that I can remove some glued pieces and repair an instrument that was already repaired, but unfortunately we put heavier gauge strings than that instrument can handle. And unfortunately I'm going to have to call the owner and tell him that I can't use the 13 gauge strings. The instrument doesn't have enough structural stability in it for it to be able to handle 13 gauge strings. I'll put them on there, but I will not guarantee my work for from the moment that guitar. If you will use 12 gauges, I would likely, it depends on what he chooses to do, but I can't, I mean, I will always fix anything if it comes back, but putting 13 gauge strings on that instrument is a very, very bad idea after what I experienced the other day with that thing, and we'll get to that soon. I am going to go look at it real quick, and I'll point you over there so you can see what I'm up to. It's really a tragedy because I had the thing completely repaired, and because we put I set it up with 12 gauge strings and it worked great, and then the owner wanted to use 13 gauge strings, and the moment I put the 13 gauge strings on, the instrument broke. So I'm glad it happened here before I had sent it home with him and had him have to experience that. That would have been a real bummer. It would have made me look really bad. So as much as I don't like having a repair that I'm done fail, it wasn't my repair that failed. It was the use of strings that instrument cannot support. There just isn't enough structure in the instrument. It's been weakened too much due to use, abuse, and shrinking and cracking of wood and things like that. It happens sometimes on an old instrument, especially a hand-built one. You know, you got to be careful. You can't always use those big, tough, heavy strings. It might have worked for years, but now the instrument has been compromised, and you know, to build it back up to where 13 gauge strings would be appropriate to use. I honestly don't think the structure of the instrument was built originally strong enough to really handle it, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a moment. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Alright, so we've got this thing. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just cleaning. And it's a black instrument, so no matter how hard I try, this will still have stuff that doesn't look real great on it, but that's black instruments for you. They're popular. I don't like them. I mean, I don't like the color just because of the amount of dirt guck it shows. But they look cool, I guess. There we go. Okay, let's look at what I'm doing over here. Alright, so I know that I'm a little ways away, but we are heating up this instrument to get some blocks taken out of it. And it's definitely there's definitely some heat getting there's definitely heat getting into that. I have a large piece of maple that I put down on the top of that instrument to keep the heat from getting too deeply into the finish on that. Okay, let's oil the fingerboard. Strings on it.
I will staple. I put this on the physical calendar, and I'm figuring let's push it out for Wednesday and Thursday. Does that work for you?
All right. Appreciate everybody who's subscribed to my channel. It's really cool to see the numbers growing, and kind of fun. I'll never have a very big channel. I mean, never say never always, but my channel will remain small likely, just because this is what I do. And I find this type of work very interesting. Of course, I do it for a living, and I love what I do, so what's not to like about that? Hopefully everybody had a really great weekend. We had a really wonderful weather. It was nice and sunny, but the wind was a little bit annoying. It blew all weekend, so even sitting out in the sun I had to wear a jacket, but I'm a little guy, so I get cold really quickly. Okay, I've gotten all the preliminary stuff done on this thing, and I'm about ready to and I appreciate everybody watching my live streams when I go live. You all are so special, and I do my best to support every channel that I'm subscribed to, and it doesn't even matter if I enjoy the content of it. I'll go to it and hit the thumbs up and support my friends. And it's funny how that kind of goes away after a while, it seems like, on the YouTube world. People are here and gone. And it's funny how some channels just have some massive growth, and then all of a sudden, what the heck happened? Nothing. It's weird. I haven't been doing too many lives, so I know that I am not pushing the algorithm, and also I don't have the traits that most females have that do this exact same thing, so my channel doesn't stand a chance of becoming as successful as those who are of the female gender. And that's cool. It's something that I've known for a long time, and it's just unfortunate that we can't all this great content and it gets avoided. Really sad. But not everybody fixes their own guitars either. This looks like this is too short. This is like a short scale. I gotta see. I don't think this is gonna fit. Is it? That is a right scale. Holy smokes. Okay. Cool. Now my hope is that the string will fit through the hole drill in this, and this is something that I end up having to do quite often, and that is drill this hole out, because they make this 5-string bass, but they don't drill the holes in the bridge, and this one is exactly that. I'm gonna have to drill this one out. I can't get the string to feed through there because the hole is too small, so we'll fix that before I get any further. So we'll go ahead and pull the screws out of here. You can't make the string any smaller, right? This will give me a chance to take a look at the bridge. That screw is stripped out. Somebody's probably pulled this off of here before. But I do like to congratulate all the ladies who are doing guitar repair and having such high success on their YouTube channels. That's great. I'm proud of you all. Let's see. Wow. Okay. So I've got to increase the hole size. So we will do that. We'll find the hole, the bit that fits it. Let's see. I'm going to find the right one. I'm guessing that's the... Okay, now I've got the right size bit here. Never use power tools on a guitar. Never use power tools on a guitar. Now I'm hoping that's big enough. We're going to check it. I don't want to go too far. And the poor kid that ordered these strings and tried to put them on this bass. Oops, I'm sorry. My camera was pointed the other way. There we go. Wasn't that a neat shot? My camera guy's drinks heavily. Okay. So again, you know, the poor kid who was to buy this bass and try and put a set of flat wound strings on it, Dean didn't drill this bridge out big enough for this gauge of string. And I'm guessing that the A string won't even fit, but we've got to increase the size of these holes to the point that the string will fit through it. So let's see. Let's see. Now it'll go. There we go. So we've gotten that problem solved. And so in doing that, oh, I can see what happened here. That hole has been hogged out of there, so I'm gonna reset that ground just so to make sure I've got good ground contact. But that one screw hole, obviously that was done at the factory. I'm pretty sure it's a hole that they use to hold this thing for doing finish work or other work in the process of manufacturing this thing. Now I'm using my gun set at about 6. Clutch set at 6 so that I'm not stripping out these screws. Thanks for sharing my channel. Appreciate it. Or my live stream. Very cool of you to do that. I don't use other, well, that was kind of nice. It's got there. All right. Boy, the tuning ratio on these machine heads is really low. This thing moves very slowly. Okay. Let's check our temperature on our 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Interesting. Did that set of strings show up and not? Huh. Interesting. Okay. I've got to divert over to my other project, see if I can get this piece of bracing busted loose. I'll be right back. Again, I'm just doing this video so I can show the owner that I'm actually working on his instruments. Okay, that definitely has softened up that wood. I know you can't see what I'm doing here, but that's not that important right now. Oh, I can't get that off of there. There's no way I'm going to be able to get this to break loose. Good grief. Okay. I've got too much heat on it already. There we go. Did you go? Tell me you want it. Come on, baby. Oh boy, I glued it too good. Boy, my glue works, holds like it. Oh man. So, might have to break this. Yeah, I'm cutting through the wood, but I don't see any other way to get this brace off of here. I'm going to have to rebuild a brace. Man, so I can't get anything under it enough to... Because I can't get enough heat on it, so... See, the problem I'm having over here, the problem I'm having on this instrument is that I've re-glued a brace back onto it using tight bond, and the type of finish that's used on the top of this instrument melts the moment it gets warm. I don't know what it is. So I'm stuck with having to damage the finish to get the brace off, which is ultimately likely what I'm going to end up having to do. I got to get that brace broken loose, because whoever built this instrument did not build it strong enough to do what it's supposed to do, or the owner mistakenly put heavier strings on it than it should have held, or the bridge was installed incorrectly, or it was installed in the wrong place. But it's unfortunate. So I'm just gonna keep the heat on it. I'll do my best to not damage the finish, but sometimes we have to make them worse before we make them better, and unfortunately I've got to get that off there. Okay, so now that was a 5-string set. Got E, A, D, G. Where did my
Marshall, there's a guy coming in Wednesday at 11.
Okay.
He's going to leave a van here for 2 days.
Okay.
He owns, and Stu should be here and I should be here, but
Sure.
you know how things go to hell.
Boy, yeah.
You know, I just want you to be aware of it, so you so you're not going, I don't know. And it's he's going to leave it here for 2 days. He has gear, owns the Haynes Steakhouse. This is going to be his van for catering.
Okay.
And he's got deck, speakers, amp and sub, a PA speaker for the outside, and marine speakers for the outside. So he's going to leave it here for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And look at his gear. He's open. He didn't really know about us, so he's open to upgrading the gear that he has.
Oh.
But if it's fine, we'll just install that.
Okay.
And he's paid a $200 deposit, but I told him it was going to be between $700 and $1,000. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I think you know everything.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I love it. I really appreciate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I only have 4 strings here. Really interesting. Where did my other string go? I've got a set of 5-string bass strings, flat wounds, but there's a string missing. What did I do with that? Did I take it over here? No. Okay, where did that string go? Do you see my string? Where did that string go? I have not gone anywhere. I did not pick up that string and move it anywhere. Did this thing come without, this came with as a set of 4 instead of a set of 5, or am I just being a complete moron here? Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay. There's 2 of them right here. They have wound together. I hate Diodario guitar strings. Not hate, I do not like them, and I won't use them or buy them. Just for this reason, the way they package them is kind of annoying. It's real easy to miss a string, and I appreciate the clean factor and all, not using a bunch of paper, but there are far better ways I could probably think of to package your strings. Number 1, don't wind 2 strings together ever. Wind each string individually. That would be a helpful. That would be very helpful. And they don't name them strings, and then they say it like so this 13 gauge set of Diodario strings, the number on it is EJ12, but they're 13 gauge strings. I mean, Diodario, come on, you guys. Oh, okay. Boy, these turn slow. Good grief.
Okay. What kind of vehicle is it?
Take forever to line those strings up, boy. Alright, there we go, we're all strung up. Boy, it took a while on this one. This does not have active pickups in it, I don't think. No, it doesn't have active pickups in it. So, we gotta tune this thing. My tuner is missing again. Somehow, tuners just get lost around here. I'm not sure. Let's see what's happening here with this. Keep the heat on it. What am I looking for? Tuner.
All right, I'm ready for a card.
I'm really bummed I lost that old tuner of mine.
Okay.
set this. All right. Boy, these have the string action on this thing is really low, but I like it. I'm guessing this bass is probably pretty easy to play. Alright, now we got to do the setup on this thing. Yay! Thank you everybody for tuning into my program today. I really appreciate it. You all are very kind to support my channel. All the benefits of it. Really cool. Wow, how is that so low? My goodness. Is it really able to get this low? Wow. That's cool. I mean, if it can play at this string height, I'm shocked. I'm looking at it, and it seems like the strings are spaced really nicely. That's astonishing. The G string is higher than the B string. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some more to that. Okay. I'm gonna have to shoot video of the rest of this. Thanks for tuning in today, you guys. Have a great day.